What is going on, guys? Pat Dambiano here, coming to you from the garage again. And today we've got an awesome full body strength workout using just kettlebells. Now, this one is not beginner friendly. It is not simple and straightforward, and it is not easy. Let's head to the whiteboard to talk about it. All right, so here's what we've got on the menu for today. Like I said, this isn't very beginner friendly and it's not simple and straightforward. It is because we are starting off with the Gandalf complex. Now, this is probably one you aren't that familiar with because I don't throw this one out into the social media universe that often because it is pretty tricky. But if you have some kettlebell skills and you take your time with it, then you're gonna grow to love it because it is fun. But it's got some tactical cleans, tactical snatches, and windmills involved. There's a lot of stuff going on, which is why I didn't write it out for you. But you're gonna do the Gandalf complex again. I'll show you what it looks like in just a little bit. Right after that, we're going into what I'm calling 5 deficit power rows. You're gonna see what they look like. Right after that, we're doing 5 double front squats. So yeah, these exercises are, for the most part, fairly straightforward, and we're gonna be going heavy on them, as you can see with the lower reps, is because the Gandalf complex is not going to be the most taxing. It's a little bit more on the brain, little bit less on the body, especially if you're fairly new to it, and especially the way that I'm going to be doing it for today. So just keep that in mind. But we have these 3 things put together. So one big superset to start things off, the Gandalf complex into our rows, into our front squats. I'm probably going to rest about a minute and a half after these front squats, and then get back to the top for a total of 5 sets. And then we get into the fun part. So like I said, this part's not simple. This part is not easy, okay? This is not for the faint of heart. So much so that I didn't even write this one down for you, because if I did, you were going to look at it, you're gonna turn the video off and say, nope, I'm not doing that workout. So you're just gonna have to wait and see what the worst complex ever is. But I can promise you, it is rightfully named that, right? Let's get warmed up and let's head into this workout. All right, so we're getting into our first set of this Gandalf complex. Like I said, not really gonna go into too much detail specifically because the other day I just released a video walking you through this entire complex. So I'm just going to briefly go over it right now. The way it is going to work is a single arm swing into a tactical clean and thruster. You then swing into a tactical snatch. After that tactical snatch, you are going to do a windmill. You will then do the entire thing again on that same side. So single arm swing, tactical clean and thruster, tactical snatch, windmill, okay? 2 times on each side, then you get right into the other side and do the entire thing on the other side. Like I said, not very beginner friendly, but it is a fun one. Regardless, take your time, go step by step. Once you get the hang of it, it is an awesome one. I'm gonna be starting nice and light, just 26 pounds today, 12 kilos for my non-Americans. I'm going to be staying a little light because I did a lot of driving today, a lot of back and forth from the DMV. Long story, don't want to talk about it. Anyway, gonna be using this one primarily for little mobility purposes and just to get moving, and then I'm gonna hit those rows and front squats heavy, all right? Here we go, first set of this Gandalf complex. We've got row, tactical clean and thruster, tactical snatch, windmill, all the way down to the floor if you can, and we're right, same thing on the other side. Single arm swing, tactical clean and thruster, tactical snatch into this windmill. So this is probably a little bit more like a flow technically, but whatever, I like the word complex. Snatch, oh, this side is tight. Swing, tactical clean, thruster, tactical snatch, and nice and slow on the way down in that windmill. That's 2 times on each side. That's the first set of the complex. That is what the Gandalf complex looks like. All right, so for these deficit power rows, now I'm gonna have to give credit to my man Eric Spector, who is Eric Does Kettlebell on Instagram. I see him doing these a lot. So I want to do some of them today. So deficit wise, meaning I'm just standing on 2 plates. I'm also a little vertically challenged. I'm only 5'8". So if you're someone who's really tall, you might not be able to, might not need to do this, but as the kettlebell gets bigger, it's higher off the ground. So adding just a few inches of height to me is going to allow me to get just a little bit lower when it comes to, and get a little bit more range of motion out of this row. So I'm going to be doing that for today. I might go a little bit higher. We're going to see how these go. But either way, the deficit part, now the power row is I'm gonna allow a little momentum. As you're gonna see, this is gonna be a little bit more of an explosive, or like it says, power row. So just keep that in mind. I'm doing that intentionally. I'm not doing a shitty version of a row. Why am I doing this today? Because I wanna do it, that's all. All right, I do rows all the time in a very controlled manner. So today I'm gonna crank up the weight and crank up a little bit of momentum. Here we go, 5 reps. We got 97 pounds to start out, 44 kilos for my non-Americans. Whew. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go a little bit higher in terms of, well, one weight, but also height as well. Okay, I'm gonna jump right into these double front squats. Okay, so I'm gonna be starting with 70 pounds in each hand, 32 kilos for my non-Americans. Double front squats, we're getting it up right here, okay? Elbows staying pretty tight. We're not letting them flare out, okay? Here we go. 5 reps. 2. Whew, this is an aggressive start. 2. Oh, those felt good. We're gonna hit some nice weight on those today. All right, 1 set down. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, set number 3 coming up. Bumped up in weight for this Gandalf complex. We got 44 pounds, 20 kilos for my non-Americans. One thing I will say on this that I'll dive into just a tiny bit is the windmill. So, right hand is up overhead. You're going to turn your feet to the left a little bit. You're gonna take your left hand and slide it down your left leg as you stay looking up at the kettlebell. Goal would be to get your hand to the ground, but you're gonna go wherever your body can go. Don't force anything. You'll probably be different on each side as well. That's fine. But right arm is up, turn the feet to the left, left hand slides down the left leg as far as you can get, then you come back up. That's how you do your windmill, right? Tips of Pat. Here we go. Now, also, on the Gandalf complex, as you're gonna see me here, once you get a little bit more comfortable with it, you can make it into a nice, smooth, free-flowing flow. Free-flowing flow, or complex, whatever. You'll see. Here we go. Right into that other side. So again, we got swing, tactical clean, and thruster. Right into that tactical snatch. Windmill. Same side. Whew. Let's go. That feels good. That feels good, baby. All right, into our power rows. Again, we got 5 on each side. I bumped the height up and the weight up. So we're up a little bit in height. We're probably like 6 or 7 inches now. And then 106 pounds, 48 kilos for my non-Americans. Here we go. Oh yeah, I need a heavier kettlebell here. I might have to go a little janky and ghetto here for the next couple sets. Get 2 hands in a kettlebell. Or sorry, 1 hand in 2 kettlebells. You'll see what I mean. I'm gonna have to do it. Double front squats here, again, 5 reps. For 80 pounds. 36 kilos for my non-Americans. These feel good. I actually wish I had more weight for these today. I might also have to go a little sketchy today. Let's find out. Like I said, safe for the faint of heart today. Might have to get a little sketchy. Let's do it. Oh yeah, let's go. I like the feel of those today. That's 3 down. We got 2 more. I'm having fun with this one. All right, well, you're into set 4. I'm gonna show you sets 4 and 5. I usually don't keep you guys around for this long, for all of the sets, or most of the sets, but I want to today, because this one's cool, and we got some stuff to talk about with our later sets of rows at least, all right? Maybe even squats too. We're gonna find out, okay? But 4th set of this Gandalf complex, bumping up to 53. I'm probably gonna stay here. So for me at least, if I sit a lot or my back's a little tight, which I've been sitting a lot today, if I go too aggressive on the windmills, my back doesn't like it. And there's nothing against windmills. That is due to my specific issue that I've been dealing with for freaking 15 years at this point, all right? So this is definitely a complex. If you start to feel good with the weight, crank it up a little bit. I'm just trying to move a little bit more through this one, all right? Here we go. Whew. Other side. Oh shit, wait, I screwed that up. Tactical clean, hand thruster. Oh shit, see, like that. Doesn't feel great, but we're gonna do it anyway. Could probably use more of it. It's really what it is. All right, let's hit some rows. I'm gonna show you a pretty janky, sketchy ghetto version on how to do rows if you run out of weight. Okay, this is one of those like, don't try this at home, kids. Well, we're gonna try it anyway. So 106 is the heaviest weight that I have here right now, but I feel like going up. So what I'm gonna do is, okay, how do I wanna do this? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So my right hand's gonna go through, so I got a 106, 48 kilos, and a 26 here, 12 kilos for my non-Americans. I'm gonna stick my hand through this 26 first, like all the way through. You can see my hand is basically all the way through it. It's almost gonna be just sitting on my wrist. And then my other hand's gonna grab this 106. And I'm gonna do my rows like this. It's sketchy, but you know what? Us kettlebell garage lifters, home lifters, we gotta do what we gotta do. We gotta get a little sketchy. We gotta get a little creative sometimes. I don't even have a dumbbell over this weight, so you can't even tell me to just use a dumbbell, Pat. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, here we go. Oh yeah. So what's 106 plus 26? 132? Yeah, 132, baby. And we're gonna go off for the last one. Let's go. All right. All right, 4th set of our double kettlebell front squat. So these aren't getting sketchy yet, but I think we're gonna have to show you the sketchy version next set. All right. So we got double 44, what are these? Jesus Christ. Double 40 kilos for my non-Americans. 88 pounds for my Americans. 5 reps. Here we go. Okay, that was hard. I might not be getting too sketchy on you guys today. Sorry about that. Maybe next time. Whew, okay, I'm gonna take a minute. So I ran through those last 2 sets pretty quickly, and I'll see you for the 5th set. Here we go. Last set of the Gandalf complex, 53 pounds, 24 kilos for my non-Americans. Let's rock. I'm gonna try not to mess it up this time. Swing, tactical clean, thruster, tactical snatch, windmill, other side. Swing, thruster, tactical clean, thruster, snatch, windmill, yeah. Oh shit, that's a wrap. Woo! Welcome to the Gandalf complex, guys. It's a great one. For the record, by the way, yes, I name most of my complexes after like Lord of the Rings characters and warriors and Greek gods and all that shit. But I kind of do it for a reason. Like I give specific names to specific ones. This one is Gandalf because it's got some wizardry in it. So keep that in mind. Let's do some more sketchy rows. Okay, so we've got a 106 and a 35. So 48 kilos plus 16 kilos. I don't know what that math is, but it's heavy, okay? Wait, 35 plus 141, there we go, which is 64 kilos, which I know. Ah, there we go, math. All right, so this is where we're really gonna get power rows in. This is not a strict bodybuilding style row. Just please keep that in mind. She felt better than the last set. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna get a little sketchy on you guys, but not too much. So I'm gonna go just a little up in weight, but I'm gonna be using one 88-pound bell and one 97-pound bell. Okay, my original sketchiness is gonna be the 106 and the 97, but I actually am not quite sure I can do that right now. And I still have the worst complex ever to do, okay? So again, just like the rows, sometimes we have to kind of make things work. If you have heavy kettlebells, but they're not the same exact weight, like you can still do double front squats or double deadlifts and just have slightly uneven weights. It's not really that big of a deal. So you don't necessarily need to get doubles or need to get super heavy doubles. You can get away with doing something like this, which I'm gonna do right now, which is one 97-pound bell and one 88-pound bell. It's a lot of weight. This slight difference in weight isn't that big of a deal. Maybe gives my core a little extra work to do, but not really that big of a deal. So just something to keep in mind. Make use with what you've got. All right, that's enough talking. You guys know me, I like to talk and pretend like I'm teaching you stuff so I can stall and rest longer. Oh shit. Oh, God damn it. Oh, fuck, that was hard. Also, I know now I'm technically uneven. If I knew I was gonna be doing that, I would have done last set 97 in one hand, 88 in the other, next set switched. Or I could have done 6 reps, 3 one way, stopped, dropped the kettlebells, pick them back up, 3 the other way. But I'm just gonna stick with 5 and be slightly uneven. That's a wrap on that, that's 5 sets. Wow, I could just end this workout right here and be great. But that's not how we roll, okay? It's time for the toughest part of this workout. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, fuck, I don't wanna do this. Okay, guys, so we are on to the worst complex ever. I didn't write it out for you. Here's what it is. It is 2 kettlebells, right? Hopefully, technically you can do this with 1. But it is 2 kettlebells. You're gonna do 10 rows, right into 10 cleans, right into 10, yep, he's gonna say it, thrusters. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may or may not be familiar with this one. It's popped up there a couple times. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go do that. Come on now. Anyway, worst complex ever. 10 rows, 10 cleans, 10 thrusters. Rest for 17 hours after each set, and we're gonna be doing 3 sets. There's a reason this one is only 3 sets. It is brutal, right? All I can say is hold on tight, push hard, and tell the demons to shut up. That is all right? First set, I just gotta get this over with. I'm talking too much, all right? First set, coming in hot. Doing 3 of these. I've got double 53 pounds, 24 kilos for my non-Americans, and I am not going up. Here we go. Here we go. Oh God. Okay. I'll be completely honest with you. That wasn't that bad, but I know it is going to linger. My heart rate is not going to go down, and my grip is going to be fried going into these next sets. Oh shit, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, let's get this over with, guys. I did the second set without you. You didn't need to see me die and curse and all of that shit. But we're on to set number 3, the final set. If you do this workout, you will know exactly why we are only doing 3 sets of this complex. It's terrible. Like I said, the first set actually wasn't terrible. Wasn't that bad. But it lingers. Your heart rate doesn't go down. Your grip gets smoked. Couple tips when doing this one. Really just one, actually. The cleans are going to be light. Whatever you can do for 10 thrusters, the cleans are going to be a little lighter than normal. Or they're just not going to be heavy cleans. Anyway, don't pull them as hard as you can. It's about finesse on this one, all right? You want to stay in a nice smooth rhythm and have smooth transitions just up to the belly button and pull them in. Don't let them swing out and flop on, all right? As always, I'm stalling because I don't want to do this. But let's wrap this up, okay? 10 rows, 10 cleans, 10 thrusters. We hit this, that's a wrap, okay? 2, 1, here we go, guys. Oh God, here we go, let's make our money. Oh God. That's it. That's all I got for you today. That one sucked. It's terrible. Go do it. You're gonna love it. I loved it and hated it. Appreciate you guys sticking around. When you're ready, go right there and do your next kettlebell workout. And I promise you, it's gonna be a little bit easier than this one. Peace.
Yeah.